Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to practice some exercises from Oxford Practice Grammar for Unit 76 to 82. This is going to be a class for 3rd December 2020. So for Unit 76, we are going to discuss exercise 1 and 3. Exercise 2 is going to be the homework for this unit. So let's do this together. What is the difference? Now this is related to the section A of Unit 76, where we discuss the difference between the countable and the uncountable nouns. So here you can see the two exemplary statements are here right in front of us. There was a car behind us. So here the car, which has not been underlined here, but it is underlined in your book, it is a countable noun. And I never eat meat. So meat is also supposed to be underlined here. It is an uncountable noun. So let's talk about golf. Do you play golf? So I'm going to write UC for uncountable and C for countable. Do you play golf? Golf is a game. So like we discussed in the sports that the games cannot be counted. They are uncountable, the names of the games. So golf is basically a name. And obviously a name cannot be counted. So this is going to be an uncountable noun. I had to wait 10 minutes. Of course, you can see the hint from the S here. It is a plural, so it means that the minutes can be counted. So this is going to be the countable. Just tell me one thing. So here 1 is the hint for you. You know that thing can be pluralized. The plural form of it is the addition of S. So thing is also a countable noun. Love makes the world go round. So love obviously cannot be measured. You can tell someone that you love them a lot or you love them to some extent. So love cannot be counted. That is why love is an uncountable noun. Sorry for the misformed C. Let me correct it. Let me write this C again. So this is an uncountable. Good luck in your new job. Again, the luck cannot be counted. So it is an uncountable noun. So luck can be some luck, a lot of luck. So luck can be measured in those terms, but luck cannot be counted. Power stations produce energy. Now energy again, we have different, sorry about that noise. So we have different, you can say, so energy is measured in units, and the units for energy can be joules or kilojoules. Energy can be measured in some other units too. So it means that energy here is an uncountable noun. Also, when you are talking about your own energy, so you can say that I have some energy left or I have no energy left. I'm taking a photo. Now, photo can be one and photo can be many. From a photo, we can form a plural. Plural is formed by adding es here. So it means that I'm taking a photo. Photo is a countable noun. Would you like an apple? Now, apples can also be counted. They can be measured in the form of dozen, and dozen can also be counted. 12 apples means 1 dozen. So the plural form of apple is the addition of s here. So it means that apple is a countable noun. So this is an interesting exercise. Complete the conversation, choose the correct form. This is based on Unit 76 A to C sections of Unit 76, where we discussed what is the difference between countable and uncountable nouns, and then the use of articles, and then the use of some, many, and much. So here you have to choose the correct form from the underlined options given here. So an exemplary option is given here. Jessica, what are you doing, Andrew? Andrew, I'm writing an essay. So here in your book, they have crossed out the essay like this, and they have let the essay be the option. So an essay is the correct option here. Let's move to number 1. Jessica, oh, you've got computer slash a computer. So from here, a computer is the correct option. I'm going to tick the correct option. Do you always write essay or essays on your computer? So from here, the correct option is essays. Andrew, yes, but I'm not doing very well today. I've been working on my plan for about 3 hours now. Now here you can get the hint, 3. It means that the hours can be counted. So here you are going to select the hours. Jessica, you've got lots of books to help you though. I haven't got as many slash much books as you. I haven't got as many books as you. So you might have heard the natives also that they use as many. So many is the correct option here. That's because I haven't got much money slash money. So this is a common thing here. Money is an uncountable here. So money does not have a plural. So we are going to select money. Quite often I can't even afford to buy food or a food. Obviously the food cannot be counted. Food is just food. It can be one eatable to eat, or it can be many eatables on your table. So it depends. So food cannot be counted. So here I am going to select food. Andrew, really? That can't be many slash much fun. That can't be much fun. Fun is also measured in the quantifiable terms. A lot of fun, some fun, much fun. So fun is also uncountable. Jessica, I'd like to get a job I can do in my spare time. I'd like to get a job. Now, obviously, Jessica can do a single job at a time. Now, if she is also working 2 jobs, so here we are going to pluralize it and we are going to write the number of jobs that she is doing. So I'd like to get 2 jobs I can do in my spare time and earn a or some money. Now money again cannot be counted. So you can have some money, you can have a lot of money, you can have meager money. Meager means very less, barely making the ends meet. So money is uncountable. So here we are going to select some. I've got a little ideas. I've got a few ideas. Now, ideas again cannot be counted, they are quantifiable. So that is why we are going, you can have a few ideas, you can have some ideas, you can have a lot of ideas. But what do you think I should do? I know someone who paints pictures and sells them. I know someone who paints pictures. Now picture can be counted, it is a countable noun, and here in this sense we are going to use the pictures. Why don't you do that, Jessica? Because I'm no good at painting. Now here this is a very native expression, no good at painting. Normally we are taught not to use this kind of expression. We are normally taught to use not, because I'm not good at painting. That is the extremely formal form of English. But the natives can also use such expressions, because I'm no good at painting. And this is a very common thing in their society. So for unit 77, we are going to do exercise number 2 as class activity. Exercise 1 and 3 are your homework. Exercise number 2. This is based on the segment P of Unit 77. In the Unit 77, we discussed how a countable noun is used before an uncountable noun to tell us about a quantity. We discussed in this a carton of milk and the examples like that. And in the part B, we discussed a piece of information where we discussed the cases of advice, information, and news. So this is related to the part B that you have already done in the class. So complete the sentences, put in a, an, or some. Here exemplary sentence is given for you. I really ought to do some work, some housework. The people who camped in the field have left some rubbish. So here I am going to write some rubbish. I've been working on the business plan. I've made progress is uncountable. Progress can be quantified. Progress can be a lot. Progress can be some. So here we are going to write some because that is the only option we are given here. The visitors are here for 2 nights. They are looking for dash accommodation. Again, some because about accommodation we discussed that accommodation is also an uncountable noun. So here we are going to use some. That shop has dash sofa. That shop has a nice sofa. Now sofa can be counted. It can be a or more than one sofa. Obviously we are going to use the. You'll have to pay extra for the taxi because you've got dash luggage. Now again about luggage we discussed that it is uncountable. So we are going to use some here. The flat is quite empty. I need dash furniture. Again, furniture is uncountable, so we are going to use some here. I can't possibly fit this guitar into dash suitcase. Suitcases can be counted. Obviously, they can be pluralized, so we can use here. You need dash luck to win at this game. Again, we discussed in the previous exercise that we did for the previous units that luck can be quantified, it cannot be counted. So luck can be some, luck can be a lot of. So here we are given the option of some and we are going to use some here. So for unit 78, we are going to do exercise 1 and 3 as class activity and exercise 2 is going to be your homework. So exercise 1 tells you, exercise unit 78 is related to the potatoes example if you remember. And there are some nouns that can be countable and some can be uncountable. And in this unit we also discussed how sometimes according to the situation the sense of the nouns change. So to complete the conversations, choose the correct form. Here an exemplary, this statement might be done in front of you. Here due to some typing issues it cannot be mentioned here. I'll do it for you. Can I pick an apple, some apple from your tree? Yes, of course. So here already an apple is written. So apple cannot be, can be, but some apple, but then you will have to use S here. So an apple is the correct form here. I think a sport is boring. Me too, I hate it. So we have discussed this already, that sport or sports. If you are saying sport and here the you can say the helping verb is, so of course you are going to choose the one that is in agreement with this noun. So I think sport is boring. We ought to buy some potato or some potatoes. Okay, I'll get them. We ought to buy some. Now, some is already the hint for you, and potato is countable. Obviously, it can be pluralized as well. So, here you are going to use some potatoes. I think a painting is a fascinating hobby. Well, you are certainly very good at it. I think painting, whenever you are talking about a hobby, you don't use any article before that. I think a painting is the incorrect option, so the correct one is I think painting is a fascinating hobby. Did you hear noise or a noise in the middle of the night? No, I didn't. I don't think so. Did you hear a noise? A noise means that it was coming from a single source. If you are not sure, like we discussed in the previous lecture, if you are not sure if the source of noise is single, or if it is coming from many sources, then you can use noise. So here the person is sure that the noise is coming from a single source, so that is why we are going to use a noise. Is there cheese in this soup? Yes, a little. So for cheese, we are going to use some cheese, a lot of cheese, so cheese is uncountable. I had a conversation with Vicky last night. Oh, what about? I had a conversation. Whenever you have a single conversation with some person at one time, so you are going to write a conversation. Conversation can also be pluralized. It can be counted. It can be mentioned in the quantifiable terms, many conversations. So it means that it can be pluralized, but is it cannot be mentioned with sorry, it can be mentioned with a, but it can be pluralized also. Shall I put a chicken or some chicken in your sandwiches? Yes, please. Can I put some chicken? So in this context, chicken is to be used in a sandwich. So it means that chicken is the quantifiable here. It means that it has to be mentioned in the quantity. Are you a pacifist? Well, I don't believe in war, so I suppose I am. Pacifist, pacifier is derived from the word pacifier. Pacifier means the peacekeeping. So, are you a pacifist means person who likes peace? Well, I don't believe in war, so I suppose I am. So, this person is talking generally about wars here. So, here we are going to choose war. It isn't fair. No, a life just isn't fair. I'm afraid. Now, when you are saying a life, it means that you are referring to a human being. Here, the person is talking generally about life, so we are going to choose life here. What's the matter? You've got some eggs on your shirt. Obviously, the situation shows that the person had some egg from the breakfast, and there are some leftovers on this person's shirt. So you've got some egg. This person had an egg in, obviously, for the breakfast. So we are going to use some egg here. So exercise number 3 is considering the part A to D, where we discuss the different examples but about potatoes, sport, paper, or coffee. So this question, complete Claire's postcard to her sister, choose the correct form. The island is very peaceful. Now they have given you a situation here that Claire has gone to some place and Claire has sent a picture postcard to her sister. She has written something at the back of the postcard. The island is very peaceful. Life or a life is good here. So in your book, a life has been crossed out. It means that life is a correct option. Of course, when you are talking generally about the life, zindagi, then obviously you are not going to use any article with it. Everybody moves at a nice slow pace. People have time. Time, obviously, is uncountable. So that is why we are going to choose time. Its experience I won't forget for a long time. Now, it's here, you can see, is the short form for it is. So when you are using is here, and it is one experience out of many experiences that she has had, It means that an article can be used with experience, so we are going to choose this option. It's an experience I won't forget for a long time. There aren't many shops, so I can't spend all my money. Although I did buy painting or a painting yesterday. So she obviously bought a painting. So we are going to choose a painting here. Now I'm sitting on the beach reading paper or a paper. Paper or a paper, of course, she's referring to a single newspaper. So we are going to choose a paper here. The hotel breakfast is so enormous that I don't need to have lunch. I've just brought orange and orange with me to eat later. So she's also talking about the hotel breakfast and she's talking about oranges. Now, oranges obviously they can be counted. So, an orange here. I've been trying all the different fruit or fruits grown in this part of the world and they are all delicious. So, fruits, obviously, different fruits. Fruits is in the plural form, and it is we are going to choose fruits here. Unit 79. In this, we discuss the subject-verb agreement. So, we are going to do exercise 1 and 2 as class activity, and exercise 3 and 4 as homework. Mark and Sarah are in an antique shop. Complete the conversation by choosing the correct form of the verb. This table is are lovely. In your book, it is already done. Are is crossed out, is lovely. Mark, yes, the wood is are beautiful, isn't it? So, wood is beautiful. The style and the color is are both perfect for what we want. The style and the color. So here we have a hint that is and here. They are talking about the both things collectively. So we are going to choose are here. These chairs look very stylish. Of course, here is a plural. So we are going to choose the verb accordingly. These chairs look very stylish too, but they, of course, we have they here, so the verb is going to be accordingly, that is are. They are rather expensive. Can you see if the table has or have got a price on? If the table, now the table is singular here, so we are going to choose has here. Has got a price on. It means she is asking if the table has a price tag on it. Yes, it has. It says it cost £2,000. So it is a singular table that they are talking about. The verb is going to be accordingly, and that is cost. That's ridiculous. Sarah, don't you think prices has or have gone up recently? Here you have the plural with S, so you are going to choose have here. Those tables we saw last month weren't so expensive. Those tables. So here the table is in the plural form and the verb is going to be used accordingly. That is weren't. Exercise number 2. Everyone, every, etc. and phrases with B of T. Vicky has been to a very grand party. She's telling her parents about it. Put in was over. So here again you are going to use the helping verb according to the subject given here. I really enjoyed the party. It. Now she's referring to the one party, the one party that she has had. So this it has a was with it. Each guest dash welcomed by the hostess in person. Now see, each guest, she is talking individually about every guest. So each guest is going to be singular So we are going to use was here. Was welcomed by the hostess in person. All the rooms dash crowded with people. All the rooms. Now here we have plural. So we are going to use were crowded with people. Everyone dash enjoying themselves. Everyone. So again, she is talking about every single person present there. So everyone was enjoying themselves. A lot of people dash dancing. This is quite clear. A lot of people, people is plural. So here you are going to use were. A lot of people were dancing and a number of people dash swimming in the pool. Again, so here we have people. So here we are going to use were. Swimming in the pool in the garden. All the people there dash very smart. Again, people. So here we are going to use were. One of the guests. Now, this was the term that I was talking to you in the class. One of the guests. Now, out of all these guests, this person is talking about the one person. All right. So, the helping verb is going to be according to this one. When you are talking about one person from all these guests. Now, these guests are many in number, but this person is talking about only one person from all the guests. So the helping verb here is going to be was. One of the guests was a TV personality, the chat show host Guy Shapiro. I didn't know many of the guests. None of my friends dashed there. Now here is it might be confusing for you. You might think, what am I going to write? Now, here both was and were can be written. Let me explain it to you. First, let me write this down. Was and were. So, out of these two, you can use any. Both will be correct. You can either use was, you can either use were. Now, why is that? None of my friends. Not even a single one. So if you are referring to a single one, then you can use was. None of my friends. Now even not even one of your friends turned up. It means nobody came. So let's take it in this way that the check boxes, you have a list of friends, okay, and you have check boxes right in front of them. So each of those check boxes are crossed out. Of course, your friends were not there. So that means that all of your friends were not there. Consider it the other way. None of my friends was there, and consider the none as not all, or you can say all of my friends. You can just use it in the opposite sense. If you are using all, you can counter it with that. It means all of my friends. Now you can use it the other way around. Let me write it down here, then you will have a clear idea. All of my friends, sorry about the D, my friends were not there. So I've given this example to you that not even a single person from her friends turned up. So none basically means considering all the friends. So that is why you can use, if you are considering talking about single each one of them, of course you are going to use was here. And if you are talking about all of them who were not present, then you can use were here. So from Unit 80, we are going to discuss exercise 4 only, and exercise 1, 2, and 3 are going to be for your homework. Unit 80 was related to the singular and plural nouns. Clothes, news, and means. So we have already discussed that clothes, obviously, it can be in the plural form, and news can be singular and plural. It means that there is no plural for news, and means, of course, is always used with an S. Complete this letter Rachel has received from her sister. Choose the correct forms. Thank or thanks for your letter. So in your book, thank has been crossed out. Your news were interesting. Of course, we have discussed this already. Your news was interesting. We must talk soon. What about us? Well, we are living on the outskirts of town, not far from the company. So here she is talking about the outer boundaries of the town. Now the boundary is not going to be one, and secondly, the boundary of the town is going to be considered the all of it. We are not going to talk about the each centimeter of a town's boundary. So that is why we are going to choose the outskirts here, outskirts of town, not far from the company headquarters. Now, headquarters is always used with an S, so we are going to choose headquarters here, where Jeremy works. We have spent nearly all our savings on the house. Now, let me tell you that I told you about savings, that if you have saved some money from different resources, so you are always going to use S with saving. So, savings is always used with an S. Okay, that wouldn't matter so much if I hadn't crashed the car last week and done some damage or damages to the front of it, and done some. Now here she has written some. Okay, so some means you are going to use the damage here. Some damage. So, more bills, but at least I wasn't hurt. The house is nice actually, but the surroundings isn't or aren't very pleasant. Surroundings. Now, here again, the environment or the surroundings, they are always reused in the sense of more than one. So, here we are going to surroundings aren't. Surrounding is always used with an S. We are on a very busy crossroad or crossroads. So crossroads means different roads that are intersecting with each other. So we are going to use crossroads. I'm doing the course I told you about. Statistics is an easy subject. So we have discussed already about the subject that you always use S with some subjects, for example, mathematics and physics, but you always talk about them as a singular thing. So you are going to choose is here. I find, but economics gives me problems. So economics again is a subject and you are going to treat it as a singular thing. For Unit 81, we discussed the pair nouns and the group nouns. So we are going to do exercise number 3 as class activity and exercise 1, 2, and 4 as your homework. Exercise number 3 is related to the group nouns that we discussed, they, them, committee, etc. etc. So, complete this TV news report. Choose the correct form of the verb. Zedco have or has just announced that it made a loss of £35 million last year. So, Zedco is the name of a company, and in your book, have has been crossed here. Why? Because the company is single. They are talking about only one company, so they have chosen has here. The management is or are well aware that they have made mistakes. So the management there are many people working for the management, so you are talking about management as a team, and you are talking about all the people collectively, more than one person, so you are going to choose are here. The press have or has all been printing stories and articles critical of the company. So the press, again, a lot of people are working in the press, so that is why you are going to use have here. The ZCO board knows or know that they now have some difficult decisions to take. So ZCO board. Now again you are talking about the board as a single entity. So you are going to sorry, the ZCO board, uh, we have to choose the no from here. Why? Because of course there are many people working at the board of governors of the company, so you are going to choose the verb accordingly, and you are going to consider it a plural. That they now have some difficult decisions to take. Naturally, the staff is or are worried about their jobs. So, naturally, the staff, when you are talking about all the people in the staff, then of course you are going to consider them plural, and so you are going to choose are. And wants or want a meeting with management. Now, here, if you have chosen are. If you have chosen are here, it means that you are treating the staff as plural. So this verb is also going to be according to that, because you are still talking about the staff here. So here, let's split it into two sentences. Naturally, the staff are worried about their jobs. Full stop. The staff. Now here again the staff has been pluralized, though, so we are going to choose the verb according to it. The staff want a meeting with management as soon as possible. But Chief Executive Barry Douglas says things aren't really so bad. He has said that the company still has or have a great future ahead of it. Now company is singular. It is a singular company that has been unified, so we are going to choose has here. For unit 82, you are supposed to do all the exercises at home, because unit 82 has the exercises that you can do easily. If there will be any problem, then you are free to discuss it with me. So, the lecture has formally ended for Thursday, 3rd December. I hope you have done your exercises along with this lecture. So, see you next week on Monday, and then we are going to resume our units, the rest of the units, and our class from Monday onwards. The lecture has formally ended. Allah Hafiz.